Hey everyone, Amanda here, and I'm just going to do a little demonstration for you of cleaning your piston brass instrument. Just a nice regular home cleaning. So you can see the first thing I'm doing here is I'm pulling my slides. You want to start with your slides instead of your pistons, because if you've got a slide that's slightly stuck and your pistons are out of their casings and you pull that slide, you can actually do some damage to the casings. So take those slides out first, and make sure that you're not pulling if it's really stuck. If it's really stuck, go see your tech. In this case, everything on this horn is moving great. This is actually one of my backups that I loaned to a student. It's just time to have just a little regular home cleaning. And so taking the pistons out now and getting ready to give this horn a nice little wash. So you'll see in a second here that I have a nice tub of lukewarm water and Dawn dish soap set up. And Dawn works great. It helps break down all the grease and oil, and we use it regularly. So it works wonderfully to clean your horn, and it's not going to hurt you either. So first things first, I'm going to spray out that tubing with a little water, make sure I loosen up any little particles that are in there. And you can do this easily at home with a sink sprayer or a shower sprayer, depending on where you clean your horn. I'm doing this in a dishpan. So it's a smaller dishpan. I can't soak the entire body of the horn, so I'm just using a measuring cup and I'm dumping some soapy water through the horn before I take my snake through the tubing. And my little cleaning kit here consists of a snake with a covered spring, an edgeware valve brush for the valve casings, and a soft toothbrush just to clean some small parts with, like your bottom caps. So now I'm just putting some water through those slides, doing the same thing with the slides that I did with the trumpet body. Slides are going straight into the soapy water. Now time to snake everything out. And lead pipe's usually going to be your cruddiest piece of tubing. Your lead pipe and your main tuning slide hold on to a lot of the gunk. You'll also find some in your other tubing as well. It's really a great idea to clean your trumpet regularly. Make sure that if you play a lot, you're cleaning often, because it will extend the life of your instrument. Now I'm just taking a nice soft microfiber cloth and washing off the outside of the finish, making sure to break down all those hand oils and anything else that might be sitting on there. And now I'm washing off those slides. Want to make sure you wash out all the old slide grease and then use the snake through the tubing. So there we go on the main tuning slide. You can usually get a snake all the way around a main tuning slide, but never force a snake through tubing if you are not sure you can get it out. Otherwise, you're going to be having an emergency visit to your tech. So, just use that snake to scrub out the insides, but try not to send it through too far and get it stuck. I'm using that toothbrush now on my bottom valve caps. This is just a toothbrush that we've used for cleaning horns, and a nice soft toothbrush will do wonders for those small parts. Now, pistons. See those felts under my top caps? Make sure you don't get those wet. This horn actually has neoprene in the top cap bumpers, so I don't have to worry as much about those. But I do have to worry about the felts that are under the caps. You can change the alignment of your pistons if you get those wet, because they change shape. So as you can see, I just use my nice soft cloth to wipe down the outside of those pistons and the end of my snake in the ports to get the gunk out of there. And then a nice little rinse. Make sure you rinse, make sure you shake the water out, but also make sure you don't get those felts wet. So another little wash on another piston, as you can see. Just getting all the old oil and gunk out. And nothing plays quite as nicely as a fresh, clean horn. It feels really good. Last piston. So, speaking of pistons, when you reassemble your instrument, the best thing to do is to put your pistons in first. So, bottom caps, oil up your valves, make sure they're working well before you put in your slides. That way you're not introducing slide grease before you know your pistons are working. And if you do have any issues with your pistons, it's a little easier to diagnose when they're on their own. Just making sure all my parts get a nice good rinse here. You don't want any soap left over. And I'm scrubbing out those valve casings before I rinse everything out. This is an Edgeware valve casing brush. We have them for both small and large brass, and I really like them. They work very nicely. They're good quality. They last a long time. And now just rinsing out the entire body of the instrument. So since this is my backup, I'm getting this nice and clean so that I can put it away until the next time I need it. That means that when I need to pull it out, I can just give it a little more valve oil and it'll be good to go. It's a real good idea to put them away nice and clean if you plan to store them for a little while, because then you won't have as many worries about rot or any issues like that. Now look, the last thing I'm doing here is cleaning my mouthpiece, because that's my all-around mouthpiece and it gets used a lot. So, nice Edgeware mouthpiece brush and a good wash and rinse. And my mouthpiece is going to be nice and clean and healthy for another day of playing. So now all my parts are out to dry, and then I'll reassemble.